Alright folks, let's look at these targets here. Here's the first one with the Springfield. This is the 1903 A3 Springfield that I just got. This is at the Elm Fork shooting range, and it's in the tactical bay, which only goes back 30 yards, so it's not a very long distance, but it was okay for sighting purposes. Sitting, 15 shots, 10 sighting in for the most part, or 12 or 13 or so. And as you can see, when I first started out, the factory settings were, they were a little off, and I was shooting to the left, and I kept shooting that way, so I had to twist the knob on the rear aperture sight, which allows you to do it, so I would get it centered, and then the last 3 shots there you can see are bullseyes.
red light.
Next, we did another 10 shots with the Springfield 1903. 10 shots sitting, 30 yards. And pretty much dialed it in. I was kind of fiddling with the rear sight height so I can get it a little more on the bead. These aren't standard. These are basically standard black targets, just so you know, with these little red stickers, because it's a lot easier to sight them in at that distance. I found out that it's harder to sight them in at 50 or 100 yards, but for what I was using for these purposes, it allowed me to see that very fine point tip well enough on the front end of that gun to sight it in pretty good. So, by the way, this is using federal ammo from Walmart, which works okay at 30 yards, but you're going to see footage from my next range trip where I didn't really like how it performed. But and here's another target at 30 yards with the Springfield 1903A3 rifle that I got. This was just a quick attempt at shooting with both hands instead of using sandbag or that gun rest they had at the range. That was 5 shots, and as you can see, I aimed low, which is my tendency with most of these guns when I'm either standing or doing a tactical stance of some kind, or if I'm just using both hands instead of a gun rest of some kind. So that's how that worked there. Magazine cutoff off, or magazine off. And then finally, this is the last target. 10 more rounds, as you can see here. I pretty much had it narrowed in with an occasional off shot here or there. Again, at 30 yards at the tactical bay, which is the only bay I could shoot at without a scope at Elm Fork shooting range. That really kind of pissed me off when I found out about that, which is one of the reasons I won't go there too often. I went there to meet my friend there that day because I wanted to try the new range out and see what the tac bay was like. It's nice you can shoot full metal jacket there, but very annoying that I can't shoot on 50 or 100 yards. They don't have a 50-yard range yet, and the 100-yard range you got to have a scope, and I didn't like that. But then again, given the clientele that usually go there, maybe it's not too surprising. But in any event, that's that target there. And that's all she wrote.